In this video, we're going to activate the multi-site feature of WordPress 3. Now, there's a couple of ways we can do this. One is by using a subdomain. The other is by using a subdirectory. In either case, depending upon whatever you have in mind, you want to make your decision pretty good because you can't change once you install the subdirectory feature, multi-site feature. You cannot later on change your mind and go back to the subdomain feature. Well, you can, but you'd have to basically delete everything and reinstall your WordPress site from scratch. And that's probably not the best thing to do if you've got, say, 20 or 30 or several hundred WordPress sites under that one multi-site feature, because they're all going to go bye-bye. So anyway, make your choices good, and hopefully the next few videos that will define these two will allow you to make that choice a little bit more informed. So first off, I got to tell you, multi-feature site is not even available yet. We have to do a little bit of coding to make it active. And what I'm going to show you right now, I'm in the dashboard here. We just go over here to Tools, and you see right here you've only got these three options. And yeah, we'll get into these here in an upcoming video. But for the time being, though, this is where the option called Network is going to show up here in just a little bit. But first, we got to dive into our coding. Now, there's actually a few different ways in which you can edit the code. One, you can edit the code on your computer and then upload that edited code and simply overwrite the existing code you've already uploaded already. That would be your wp-config file and your htaccess, or more appropriately called the .htaccess file. Now, another way is if you've got access to an FTP software that allows you to edit on the fly, and that's what we're going to do in this demonstration, then you can do it that way. Another way is to simply use your cPanel control panel, and inside of there, go to your file manager and basically do the same thing, where you can edit your files kind of on the fly and then make the saves, and you've got your changed file right there. So whatever way you choose, just basically follow the bouncing ball that I'm going to be providing you here by editing via the FTP client. Now, I'm going to be using the Qt FTP software, which allows me to do this editing on the fly, if you will. But first, we need to head over to wordpress.org and pick up a little bit of coding, and that's codex.wordpress.org. Been there already, but where we're going to go now is create a network. And then whenever you get here, you can just come on down here. I believe it's like step 3. Right here we go. And of course, be sure and read all that other stuff if you want. But right here is what we're going to be looking for. We need this code. I'm going to go ahead and copy this into my clipboard here. And we need to put this on our wp-config file right above where it says bedeep bedeep. That's, well, it doesn't say the bedeep bedeep part. That's all, folks. Stop editing, happy blogging. So let's go ahead and head on into my FTP client and do the editing. Now I've logged into my FTP client here, and we are in the root directory of our WordPress install, and we need to come on down here to wp-config. And in this case, it may be different if you're using a different FTP client, but you want to open this up to edit it. So whatever editing software you're going to use, in this case I'm just using the FTP client. I'm going to right click, come on down here and left click on edit, and it should pop it up right here. You need to go down and find the bedeep bedeep, that's all, folks part. And just above that, okay, we're at the end. Here we go. That's all. Stop editing, happy blogging. So right above this, I'm just going to go right here and then paste in that code. Right click, go on down to File, left click on Save, and we're good. Okay, so I'm going to close this guy out. We're done with this for now, and just minimize that. I might come back to that later. Come on back here, and we're going to refresh, and keep your eyes right here, folks. And that should include our networking capability now. Where we are, there we are right there. And just left click on network. Warning, please deactivate your plugins. Okay. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm glad that I did this, because the last time I did this, I didn't have any plugins activated and this warning did not come up. So I'm glad this came up. So most everybody out there that has active plugins, which if it's not a new install, you will, this is going to happen. So now you want to, before you do anything else, head into your plugins, and might as well just click right here, come on up here, deactivate, apply, and this way all of them in there is going to be deactivated. Come on back here down here to network, and that warning sign is gone, and we've got some extra work here we got to do before we have multi-site feature enabled. And like it says here, as I had mentioned earlier, make sure you choose wisely, if you will, because this cannot be changed at a later point. And we're going to go with these subdirectories, network details. You can make these changes here if you'd like. Anyway, let's click on install. Now we've got a few more things to do here. Create blogs.dir in the directory in the WP content. So let's head on back over to our FTP client and WP content, open that up, right click, new directory. What was that again? Blogs directory. Let's head on back here and take a look see. Yep. And this directory is used to store the uploaded media. Okay, got that. And add the following to your WP config file above the line reading, that's all. Okay, so basically where we added the last stuff. But now we've got to add all of this stuff. And I'm not going to delete what we've already added. This is going to be in addition to that. So right click, copy this into my clipboard, come on back here, and yep, that's correct. So now let's move back up into our root, come on down to WP config. And if I'm going too fast, that's what you got the pause button for, and rewind. Right click, left click on edit, scroll back down to where we did before. That's all, folks, blah, 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 right here. And again, we're leaving this one intact. We're not going to mess with that one. Right click and paste. Right click, file, save, close. And what else? Add the following to your ht.htaccess file in the root directory, replacing other WordPress rules. Okay, so this time we're going to be replacing, not just adding to. I want to get all this stuff here in my clipboard. Right click, left click on copy. Come on back here to the FTP client, and we are in the root directory, htaccess. Right click, left click on edit, and begin right in the middle there. Paste, and we're good. Right click, left click on save. We're good here. Okay, close that out. Minimize that. What else we got? Once you complete these steps, your network is enabled. Yay! And configured. You will have to log in again. So let's go ahead and log back in. And now we're back to our dashboard, but we have an addition now, the super admin. And we've got this new addition up here, the warning about our featured images, and we're going to say that for a different video. But basically, we're done. We've got a new multi-site feature enabled on our WordPress site. And again, this one is using the subdirectories. The new stuff, and we'll get into this in greater detail later on, is the super admin. For the time being, though, our multi-site feature is activated and working under the subdirectory method, and that's going to bring us to the end of this video on how to enable the multi-site feature on WordPress 3.